Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. And welcome back, everybody. You've been to the doctor before, right? You have a challenge and your first thought is, let me go to the doctor. Let me see what they can do for me. A lot of times they'll give you a prescription just to treat the symptoms. They don't go to the root cause. What about a more holistic view of treating different ailments, different challenges? We're going to look at that today. Chinese medicine is the focus, and a story about one gentleman's journey with some pain and how Chinese medicine supported him. She's wonderful. She's got so much insight, and this is modalities that go back centuries for a reason, because they work, they're holistic, they're natural, and she's back with us. She's got a great practice in New York City, and she is Dr. Kelly. She's back with us. How are you today?
I'm doing good, Steve. How are you doing?
Good. I've learned so much from you, from acupuncture to herbal medicine and everything in between. We never really dug deep into one of your patients and the journey. So I'd love if we could do that today.
Yes, actually, I would like to talk about one of my patient. He is 70, but he's very good shape. Mm-hmm. And all the muscle, he looks like even better than Bill Gates. So
I'm actually 95, by the way. No, I'm just kidding.
You look also amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So he came in for lower back pain. So I asked him what happened. So it's kind of like a story. You may feel very interesting. So. He said, so he met a girl, very beautiful, gorgeous girl. Then they went to the girl's apartment on the 5th Avenue, like giant apartment. And it looks like people don't live there very often. So he looked around, he like, this giant apartment on 5th Avenue, you have to have a lot of money to afford it. And the girl is beautiful, gorgeous. Mm-hmm. So he's kind of like, the girl must have some rich, powerful guy behind her. So if I mess up with this girl, I am not in good shape. The powerful, rich guy can just kill me anytime. So although the girl is like beautiful, gorgeous, he decided to leave. Funny enough, his lower back suddenly is so painful, he couldn't even like stand straight. So he said he, called a taxi, went back home. The whole night it was so painful, he couldn't even get onto his bed.
Wow.
So the story, I want to explain it because it's related with kidney. So in Chinese medicine, the organ kidney control the emotion of the scared, afraid, because he is so scared. He will be in danger later on if he mess up with the girl. So his lower back, had such huge pain.
Wow. What an interesting situation.
Yeah. So actually kidney not only control, the lower back pain. Also, when you're like so scared, you can have you can lose control of the urination. For gentlemen, you can have premature ejaculation or even ED. That's all related with the emotion of being scared. Wow. Back to the organ kidney.
Well, this just goes to show what we experience. Stress, anxiety, even fear can manifest itself in your body and show up in other challenges. And for this gentleman, it sounds like back pain, right?
Yeah. So usually I think if you go to a Western medicine doctor, you tell them you have lower back pain, they would say, okay, let's do x-ray to see whether you have, disc, bulging out or sure. You have a nerve pinched or something. Mm-hmm. But if you come to a Chinese medicine doctor, they will say, oh, is there any story behind it? then we will treat that.
Okay. So again, what we said before, you're going to the root cause. You're hearing the full story, what may be causing the pain, whereby the traditional medicine just looks at the pain. All right, we'll alleviate the pain, but it's not, we're not going deep into, and the pain could come back in that situation too.
Oh yeah, when you're really in a very scary situation. Actually, there's another real story is like in Texas or somewhere when they have the volcano. I mean, when they have the very big wind. Sometimes like even the small animal can fly to the sky. A real story is like little pig fly to the sky, but then afterwards the pig just couldn't grow anymore. They stay in a baby condition for a long time, for several years. So they're like, what happened? Because the pig got so scared. So that's also related with the kidney. When you are in a very big, scary situation, you are so scared, you can like damage your kidney, but kidney can like control our growth. So you're not going to grow anymore.
So when this patient presented, were you a little, call it skeptical because of his age and the shape that he was in, thinking to yourself, it's more to the story. It's not just age. There's something that truly triggered this, what seems to be like immediate pain.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's why I ask, when patients come in with pain, I usually ask, did you go to gym? Did you lift up something heavy? To like have a diagnosis, what's the cause of the pain? Then, I will treat. Okay, because of stress, because anxiety, then I will release your stress and anxiety. So the pain will be gone. The pain not caused by the muscle damage or something. So in that way, actually, it's not so hard to treat. As long as you release the stress, the pain will be gone.
So what happened from there? Here's this gentleman. He has some pain, some concerns because of his relationship. What did you do?
Actually, I did acupuncture. So his pain is gone. By the way, he's in a very good shape. I have to say, I'm really proud of him because he's still coming in every week for maintenance. But he had been doing yoga for more than 20 years. So he doing also meditation. He also go to gym. He in a good diet. He doesn't really eat a lot of sugar, a lot of carbs. So he's in a very good shape. So actually, I want to point out is when you I talk about eating a little bit, early on. So I Ching actually explains kind of like the principle of the word. There's 64 patterns. Each pattern tell us something about, what will happen, how should we deal with it. So one of the I Ching, one of the 64 patterns actually it talk about, just I want to relate it with this case because he is a very cautious person. So when he went into that beautiful giant apartment, he didn't just, okay, let's jump onto the bed. But he looking around, he said, look, there is danger actually behind it. So I shouldn't get into this situation. So he's being very cautious. So he got out of the situation. He didn't get him in trouble, which is very good. So avoid a lot of, problem later on.
Sure.
Yeah. Another thing in the I Ching actually also talk about when you're doing something correct and you're doing it insistently, the result will be good. Because he has been doing yoga for more than 20 years. He said he never skipped it even for one day. Every day he practiced. That's why he's in such good shape. So.
I want to ask you, you said the word maintenance. He comes in.
Yeah.
On a fairly regular basis for maintenance, I assume acupuncture maintenance. Is that a thing? Is that necessary to do that?
Oh, yes, because every day, we meet new people, we have some stress from work, from friends, or from family. In Chinese medicine, we usually say you are out of balance. What we do is just, put you back into balance. Every day we will have something to pull ourselves out of balance. So Chinese medicine will put you back to balance. In that way, actually, everybody need acupuncture almost like, you don't have to come in every day, but like once a week or twice a week or even 3 times a week is really good for you. So because whatever you have, we pull you back to balance. So in good shape. So I'm almost sure this patient can live 121 for sure.
Wow. Well, it's a testament to taking care of yourself. You said he was around 70, but he was in fantastic shape. Now we know he's really intentional about yoga, and just the back situation cropped up. With his maintenance, how did you know what to focus on? Or was your focus on his back? Because that's where the initial issue was.
Yes, although his back is totally fine now, he said he doesn't really feel any pain. But, every day when he come in, every time when he come in, I will check the pulse. I will check his tongue. His tongue is only, I can tell he has a little bit spleen deficiency because when I check his tongue color is a little bit pale, and on the edge of the tongue, there's some teeth mark. So that is a sign of spleen deficiency.
Okay, so hold on. Gotta learn. You said spleen deficiency?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said looks like teeth marks on the edge of his tongue?
Yes.
How would that correlate to that spleen? Because I thought you were going to say stress or potentially, maybe he's grinding his teeth and maybe his tongue's getting in the way while he's sleeping. How do you correlate the tongue, teeth marks to spleen deficiency?
So in Chinese medicine, spleen is an organ. So can do what the spleen can do. We call it TNT. So transform and to transform the nutrient we eat into the nutrient our body can use. That's one of the spleen's function.
Wow.
So when your spleen is a little bit deficient, you cannot really transform all the food you're taking into the nutrition our body can use. You will have some kind of like a dampness. There are some people, they kind of like have a big belly. Usually, not 100%, usually these kind of people have some spleen deficient because they cannot really use all the stuff they are taking in. So there's some stuff left over in their body. Spleen also, one of the spleen function is, control the fluids in our body. Like you drink water, the spleen's function is transform the water into kind of like the small, nutrients our body can use. But if your spleen is deficient, you drink a lot of water or you eat food, but your spleen cannot do that job, you will have some dampness in your body. The other function is spleen can also control the qi. So when you have spleen deficiency, so your qi kind of like deficient, you will have a puffy tongue. Your tongue is like bigger than normal. That's why you have a teeth mark.
So let me better understand this now that we've talked about it. When you say teeth mark, it's not, tell me if I'm wrong here, it's not actually teeth. It looks like teeth marks. Am I right?
Well, if you look at in the mirror, you can, if you really have a teeth mark, you can tell. There is like little dent, like teeth mark on the tongue.
Like serrated. Like a serrated knife. You see something on the side of the tongue. But my question is it really caused by your teeth, or it looks like it may be, and that's how we're explaining it, what it looks like on the edge of the tongue?
Well, it's kind of like both, because your tongue is puffy. That's why it's
Oh,
when you close your mouth, like teeth kind of like lying down on the edge,
got it.
left the teeth mark.
Totally understand it. Wow. Okay. It really is teeth. It really is teeth because the tongue is puffy from a potential spleen issue. Okay. So how often do you use the tongue, the visual of the tongue, to get a diagnosis or a baseline in terms of what's going on with the patient? Is it all the time?
All the time, every single patient's coming,
Wow.
I will check their tongue, check their pulse. Yes. It's very accurate actually. The tongue can tell me a lot of stuff, like back to that patient, right? So this patient, although he's good shape, but I feel he turned to worry a little bit.
Yeah.
He turned to kind of like overthinking. Like that's a good thing and a bad thing. When you overthink, when you think of too much, you damage your spleen. Then your spleen gets deficient. Then you're overthinking. It's like a bad circle.
Sure, sure. And what does that lead to? Anxiety and stress, which we know is not good for you. It's been scientifically documented over years. Let's talk about the tongue.
Yeah.
A couple of examples of other things. Let's say you've got a white coating to your tongue. What would that potentially mean?
If it's thin, if very thin white coating, it is actually good. It's normal. But if you have a very thick white coating, which means you may also have spleen deficient. We call it spleen yang deficient actually, because you cannot really transform that nutrient into your body to use. That's why you kind of like have the thick tongue coat is telling us you eat too much, your body cannot even use because your spleen not strong enough. So in this way, one thing, we need to tonify the spleen. Two, we need to, maybe ask the patients, either eat a little bit less. Two, eat something like, for example, this patient like to drink smoothie, which is cold. It's a good thing he listened to me. Now he kind of like don't drink smoothie anymore because smoothie is already cold, right? You take out stuff from the fridge, you blend it. Some people even put in ice. It's cold. So smoothie cold, although you think, oh, I put in vegetable, I put in fruit, it's healthy. No, if it's cold, it's not good. Chinese medicine in general don't like cold stuff.
We talked about this, and I just want to share with you, I was at a meeting last night, and I met a gentleman who has a company that provides a purification system for your water. And when you put those filters in your refrigerator, it is not blocking everything. It's just basically for the taste and things like that. So he said, our water is essentially polluted. And he also said, and this is to your point, that you should not drink water in extreme temperatures. Not very cold, not very hot. It should be, lukewarm, if you will, because that activates a lot of the issues within water. And you just want to keep it at, basically what you're saying for a different reason. You have said that it doesn't support your body when you have beverages that are too cold. Or what about too hot? In that regard, is like a hot cup of tea bad idea, or should you let it cool down so it's a little more lukewarm?
Yeah, I agree with you. We shouldn't drink anything too cold or too hot.
Wow.
Yeah, like you kind of like feel a little bit warm, that's it okay, but not too hot to burn yourself.
And just to go back on what we said a number of podcasts ago, when you drink something too cold, how is it impacting your body in a negative way?
So, our enzyme, we have enzyme in our body, right? All the enzymes have their optimum temperature to digest food. So think about our body temperature usually is, around 37, right? So if you drink too much cold stuff, which means you make the enzyme in your body lower down their temperature. So they cannot really digest the food very well. That's why in Chinese medicine, we don't recommend anybody drink, ice cold water stuff. So, I mean, kind of like in line with biology, right? Western medicine also, because the way I describe about the enzyme, that's Western medicine, that's science. But Chinese medicine in general, we think cold stuff they slow down everything. So when you take the cold beverage, you slow down everything. You slow down your digesting.
It goes against what we would normally think, but because we have a cold beverage, whatever it may be, because we think it's refreshing and we're doing something good for our body. Maybe summertime, cooling ourselves down. Maybe that's a little bit different if you're very hot. Having a colder liquid. Well, ask me. Yeah, I want to know. I want to ask you that question. When it's a hot day, should you still have lukewarm water or should you have something cold?
Actually, in the summer, especially very hot, you should drink warm water instead of cold water. The reason is in the summer, our outside is very hot, right?
Yeah.
So because outside is so hot, it kind of like all the qi and blood going to outside to kind of like to get rid of the heat. So inside in our organ actually is cold. So in this way, for the health, we should drink something warm. That's one reason. Two is when you drink something warm, you will sweat. When you sweat, you feel cooler.
Wow. For anybody that's hearing that and thinking, what is Dr. Kelly talking about? I'm going to have a cold drink, beer, or whatever on a hot day. Here's what I say. And right away I think, no, it's going to be more refreshing. It's all about the habit. As we said before, if you get into the habit of drinking a liquid at room temperature, maybe a little warmer on a hot day, you'll get used to it and you'll be perfectly fine with it. We're all creatures of habit. You just keep doing it and you'll be fine with it and doing your body justice in terms of looking at it through the eyes of Chinese medicine.
Well, I kind of like agree and not agree, because agree is, yes, our body can get used to something. Don't agree because even our body get used to it. For example, some people, they drink cold water since they were like a baby or something. Some people even give cold milk to the babies.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean it's healthy.
Oh, no. I agree with you. No, I'm agreeing 100% with you. What I'm saying is, if you get in the habit of drinking it warm, you'll be fine with it. It goes against what we think, like, I got to drink something cold. No, you don't, because you're so used to drinking it cold. If you just drink, lukewarm or even warmer, you'll be fine with it. We're just
Thank you.
Yeah, we're just so used to drinking cold beverages, and I get it. And honestly, I'm gravitating away from it because even ice cream, have a treat every once in a while, every few months, whatever. I find as I get older, I don't taste it, and it's not as satisfying when it's cold. It's almost numbing my tongue where it's not enjoyable anymore. It's almost as if that after the second bite of something cold, like ice cream, whatever it might be, I don't even taste it anymore. It's not fun. It's so much better when it's warmer. I don't know. You get used to it. Everybody's different, but there's medical information backed up by centuries. And we're still talking about it today with Chinese medicine. Dr. Kelly, thank you for being here today. Thank you for the journey of your patient. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve.
And let's remind everybody your website. You're based in New York City. You can help people virtually for some of these, obviously not acupuncture, but certainly a consult. Even we talk about herbals and all of that. What's your website again?
It's Kelly121acupuncture.com.
Fantastic. Thanks again. Looking forward next time we get together.
Thank you, Steve.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Hi, this is Terry Crews. actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply STOP to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.